Warning, shots will be fired during this presentation.
What up, world? YouTube, podcast listeners all across the globe. New episode here of We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat, sports, and entertainment. If you didn't already know, my name is King. I'm one of the hosts here. I'm joined with my fellow co-hosts. We'll start with Queen. How are you today, babe?
I'm happy. It's a nice Sunday. We got some interesting stuff to talk about, so let's get it. How are you doing?
I'm great, babe. Thanks for asking me. Travis, how are you today, bro?
I'm not doing good. I'll explain further in the show.
We will. B.A, what's up, bro? How are you today?
I'm good. Just making sure my eyebrows straight, but I'm good.
Let's talk about it. What up, Devon? How are you today, bro? You back again? What's that? 5 in a row? 5 times.
It's good to be alive on a Sunday.
Yes, sir. Well, if you're new to the channel, do us a favor, y'all. Hit the subscribe button somewhere near Devon's left shoulder. Also, hit the like button and hit notification bell as well to be notified whenever we drop this new. Do they still say new to kids? No, but hit the notification bell, and we'll definitely let you know whenever we drop that hot fire. How about I say that? Drop that Ricky Saints. But that's directed towards Travis. But also do us another favor while you could, or while you're at it, I should say. Sorry, getting tongue tied. Follow us over at We Talk Combat Clips as well. We're trying to get our subscriber count up over there as well. Help us out. We have condensed versions of the shows on that channel. Just help us out on all these channels. We're trying to get to our first goals of 500 on both of our channels, so help us out if you could. But normally we do a rundown of highs and lows on the show. We go through the wrestling tea and take questions and comments at the end. If you're interested in sending a question or comment towards one of us on the stage, hit us up with the @WTC or at any of our names, so we know you're talking to us and not one of the fellow Glow Yard members, and we'll definitely answer your question on stage as long as it's respectful. But other than that, let's get straight to the highs and lows, y'all. All right, Joe, we had another week of WWE events. We started the week off with Raw. We also had TNA. On TNA, it was an invasion angle that started, if you didn't know. Oba Femi wrestled for title. TNA World or TNA World title against the NXT. They went into a no contest, I guess, disqualification draw after Trick Williams slapped Mike Santana in the face, and then he jumped in the ring and other people joined. So that was an awesome thing. We got to, I didn't see TNA Impact. Did anybody see that before I go on to make sure?
I did not.
Okay, I didn't think so. I didn't get a chance to see Impact. I realized that Impact is on Plex, one of the apps I do have for free, but it's like a week later, so I'll get to see it like a week later now. So I'm a week behind at least on TNA. But getting to SmackDown, main points of SmackDown, we had Jacob Fatu returning, making his triumphant return against Drew McIntyre. That's going to be a feud that's going to start now, I guess. Drew with the injured foot. That should put him over. I actually enjoyed that one. We'll get to that later on. Sami Zayn versus Javon Evans in the Open U.S. Challenge, and maybe a classic of a match possibly. We'll get to that later on. The botch of the year, and maybe longer than that, maybe the decade, between Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jackson, Jade, Cargill, and Asia, the ref as well. So we'll see. We'll talk about that one. We also have some gruesome images, just to let you guys know before, if you may want to skip past this part. I don't know where to yet, but maybe skip a couple seconds or so. But we have Jade Cargill. We're going to talk about her injury and her eyebrow almost coming off of her face. And we're going to talk about, I have another image of her as well. Also, if you watch this weekend, well, Friday evening, they had TNA had Victory Road, and Kalani Jordan became the TNA Knockouts World Champion. So she is now another member of that group. NXT superstar that's held the TNA championship. And we had, it's for Travis, Mr. Ricky Saints defeating Oba Femi in the main event on No Mercy, NXT No Mercy, pretty cleanly as well. On a one-on-one match for the NXT championship. So we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it. But first, we're going to go around the room. I see where Queen go. I'm sorry. Let's start with you, babe. If she's there, we'll start with you, Travis, actually, since you're on the stage right now. What was your overall opinion or highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and also giving you a letter grade for this week?
Okay, for this week's worth of wrestling. For Raw, it really wasn't anything interesting for Raw this week. Raw was just basically mediocre. Like, I'm getting tired of LA Knight and Jey Uso now. Like, they just need to just basically have their match and just get it over with and be done. Same old stuff with the Vision and Paul Heyman and all that stuff. Like I said with previous weeks, these Kyrie's and Asuka segments backstage have been like the only interesting thing that's been going on this week as far as Raw. But congratulations again to Stephanie for winning the championship and actually talking in English and working on her English and everything like that. But NXT. Now this was before the travesty. I figured that the ending with that match with the Trick and Oba. Now I understand the invasion part of it, but where was Joe Hendry? Like, is Joe Hendry supposed to be fighting with TNA? Like, I thought he was with TNA, supposed to be on this high,
Not to cut you off, but did anyone say his name?
I don't like.
Did anyone say his name?
That's part of the show over with now. That's part of the show over with now. You don't care about that right now. Break every kayfabe rule and everything like that. You're supposed to help out the squad, the team, whatever. No name calling is supposed to be involved. Just get your tail straight, run out towards the ring, and help out your fellow brothers and sisters.
He's really on NXT right now.
Yeah, basically, he basically is on NXT.
Okay,
but
so he should.
Either way, he should. I understand what Travis is saying. But nobody said his name. That's his gimmick. They didn't ask for him.
You got to sue him like Dragon's
call him out, man.
Yeah.
If they called him out, he would have showed up.
No, we don't care about that right now. No, he's supposed to have been out there in arms. Prevented the travesty of keeping the belt on NXT, which everybody's trying to bring the belt home back to TNA. Now, for SmackDown. Now that with the botch. Now this one we had a conversation about last night. Now I'm still trying to process like what actually happened. Like, was a call was made in her earpiece, the reference earpiece. Did it just changed or anything like that? But like what you was talking about, King, is that the time, like what time you said it was like 9:50. It was like 9:59 when the
it was damn near the end of the night. But I have more details. Shout out to WrestleMania. So let me break it down what WrestleMania said.
Right.
Let me break down what WrestleMania said as far as how the match was supposed to end. So allegedly, Tiffany botched the ending along with the referee and Nia Jax. It had nothing to do with Jade Cargill, first and foremost, before everybody go into the, oh my goodness, Jade Cargill did this and this. Jade Cargill did the move, whatever it's called, what is it called, the Eye of the Storm or whatever. And then once she did that move, Tiffany was supposed to break it up quicker.
Storm now, yeah.
Tiffany took too long to break the count up. It was like a hesitant count on that one where she was supposed to hurry up and come in there and do it. And then it was audible between the ref and all to go ahead and count the 3 count once it was done, or jump and do the moonsault, whatever. She was either supposed to decide to pin or do the moonsault, and she decided to do the pin. So the referee was like, okay, what are you supposed to do? And it's a mistake. Jade was never supposed to be back in that ring again. That was Tiffany and Nia's thing right there. Nothing on Jade. So before you say that, just to let you know, Tiffany missed her cue. She didn't do the kick until later on, and then it was kind of just everything was off between the 3 people in the ring after that point.
That's a half a dumbling right there. Like, why are you still the champion? Like, why are you still the champion?
I don't know.
Because she needs to be
What's wrong?
crown jewel.
But
She
Paul
Levesque girl, basically. Not to say it like that, but I mean, I done already said multiple times when I didn't try to defend Jade on the show, that Jade they talk about Jade botches and they highlight Jade's botches, but I'm like, Tiffany Stratton does just as many botches as Jade, if not more. She damn near in every one of her matches has a botch.
Tiffany's is worth. Last night. Yo, why did this to Oba? Like, I understand you're supposed to come into the roster, but why? Like, it could have been anybody but Ricky Saints. Anybody. Like, you lost to a dude that's like, you're like 100 pounds over. You're what's that? You're basically the man. He's been there for a hot second. Like, what has he really done really to either be the champion right now, really? Like, you had the North American Championship for a second. Okay, that's cool. But you win the championship off your first crack at it ever?
Who do he lose to? Who he lose to?
I'm not understanding that.
Ethan.
I think it's probably Ethan Page, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. Keep going, Charles. I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's been a minute, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was Ethan Page. But no, this is fancy. Like who is Ricky Saints though? Like, for real. Like, they're like a T-move version of Michael Jackson. Like,
he's the golden child of New
What
Orleans.
is this?
He's the golden child of New Orleans.
What? Like an untouchable shield? Like, it's his armor? It's his Cody armor too, I guess?
That plot armor.
Plot armor.
But this
week, plot armor.
Yeah, I hope you're proud of me. But this week, man, I give it a D. Pause.
All right, so WWE gets a hard D. Pause. All right, Queen, since we got you here for a second and we can hear you and all, let me go to you. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE programming? And also, what are your letter grade?
Well, Travis covered a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to say that one of my highlights was everybody's favorite girl, Marilyn Manson, getting sprayed in the face with that green goop. That was actually a highlight for me. That's a little dark, but that's a highlight for me. Low light would be definitely that whole Jade situation. You know, I wish her speedy recovery. That is a gnarly injury that she got. And I know that there's a lot of negativity online in terms of feeling like she needs to go back to training and all these other things. But I do feel like Nia Jax was responsible in terms of her getting injured, because it wasn't a pause before she pushed her into the stairs. She just pushed her into the stairs like they were in a real street fight. Like, I don't feel like that Jade had a moment to recover from the last move that just happened to know she was about to go into the stairs. And it was awesome that she sold it, not realizing, I think, that her eyebrow was hanging off, like all going into the camera and being like, she probably just felt blood and was like, yeah, but she didn't realize it was as bad as it really was. So, you know, kudos to her. She's a real champ for that. She really showed that she could hang in there, because I think she was going to probably continue more of the match than, you know, we saw. I think she was going to just try and keep going. And at the end, they put a towel on top of her head and sent her to the back so that she wouldn't be in front of fans, so that they wouldn't get a bunch of pictures, you know, of the injury up close, other than what was taken during the match. Tiffany, definitely a known botcher. I do feel like there's a little bit of bias there in terms of how much leeway they give Tiffany, because a lot of times she's botching timing, or she's botching moves, or she's not really ingesting all of the call outs that are happening during the matches, because I noticed during a lot of those matches there are call outs, and I feel like even in that situation there was a lot of confusion because Jade got injured, and I do understand that, but I do feel like at the end of the day Tiffany could got shook, and it just caused her to botch even more than normal. And I think she got shook because she, you know, everybody was kind of having, you know, human empathy towards Jade, but at the same time, if Jade was still rocking it out, y'all should have rocked it out. You know what I mean? Y'all should have been able to bring yourselves back and center yourselves back to be able to finish that match properly, because there was people booing at a point, because they were just like, what the is going on, you know, right now? What are we watching? And it was late towards the show, like you mentioned as well. So it was one of those things where I'm sure that they were hearing a lot of different things in the mics, and they probably were contradictory things because everybody's trying to think on the fly about what they should do right now about what's happening. a lot of the stuff that happened in between on both of the shows was really kind of a callback to WrestlePalooza that just happened the weekend before. And then just more trying to build up. Jacob Fatu came back, who cares about that? LA Knight, he's still getting jobbed out heavy. I don't understand his whole story arc right now. But overall, I would say that this week I'm going to probably agree with Travis and give it a D.
Okay, so we got 2 Ds. BA, let's go to you, bro. What were your highs and lows of this week WWE programming, and what is your let it grade?
My highs for Raw, I finally got something that Raw was different. Raw was a break from the regular. And I gotta give some love to that. Cody, okay, didn't expect to see Cody. Well, I kind of did because of the Cold Crown Jewel thing, but it's Cody. Cody's on Raw. That's something that's not normal. That's something that's outside the norm. So, we got to see him talk. We got to see who else we got? We got a closer that wasn't the Usos, that wasn't the division or however members of them, and it wasn't LA Knight. We got a whole female closer, which was great, and it was a great match. I like that. I like Asuka going rogue and doing her own thing or whatever, and Kairi just kind of following along behind her. I like where they're going with that. It's entertaining. I like the Jey Uso this angle that he's going on right now. I love him at LA Knight. Let's fight. Let's get him into a. I don't want no holds bar. I'm tired of that because that's basically a regular match with a no DQ. Let's bring something else. Let's be creative, guys, and let's have them have at it. Like that's entertaining. I like Rusev. I like Rusev trying to get the IC title. I hope he does. Let's just get somebody fresh on this particular belt, and let's see how far Rusev goes with it. Because he represents a power side of wrestling that we don't necessarily see too much. So let's see how far we can go with that. So yeah, I actually enjoyed Raw, start to finish, and we see what's next. Moving over to NXT and the invasion angle. I mean, they brought out some players, man. They brought out your boy Matt Cardona. I thought he was over at AEW. Apparently, he's here. So they was just the way they was kind of creeping to the stage. You're like, yo, it was about to get set off in that joint, and it was a great closer to NXT. So NXT to me gets a plus, right? That was entertaining. Then we move forward to SmackDown and everything that SmackDown was. Like I said, everyone wants to go to this match. I think that people want to say this is a low, and I understand that. But to me personally, this is a high. This is a highlight. That Jade incident is a highlight, and we're going to get into it. I'm assuming later. Is that right, King? Just the ramifications of that particular thing. Yes. No.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Go into it now. It's all you. No.
Okay,
we ain't gonna
cool,
do it later. So talk about you.
All right, bet. So the whole thing, this Jade was just having this type of, I guess, stereotypes or criticisms that she's not in it all the way. She's not 100% a wrestler. She's not. She's just using this for a come up. That kind of vibe. And when you hear that, and other people, let's say the bookers and stuff, if they start to feed into that, then they might adjust your character as such. They're not. This is different. She like Queen was saying, she stood there. She had that injury. She didn't go anywhere. Like it wasn't designed for her to win that match, but it was like, yo, she was there. She was game, and I think she got a lot of credibility through this incident. It sucks that it had to take this type of incident. She even posted herself like, yo, y'all trying to say that my heart not into it. Like, look what's happening. She's gonna get stitched up, and she'll be back. She's gonna come back with a little bit of a spark. Like people are going to applaud her. She's gonna have more of a pop than she did before. So
she could have left.
If anything,
she could have left, bro. She could have left it with that injury, and nobody would have blamed her. Like been like, oh, all right, she's put the towel over her head and walked away and all after the injury. But you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, it's all good. So that's why this is a high for me, because she's the one that's going to make out from that. Yes, I think Nia might got a little bit of shade towards her, because that was a push, just like Queen articulated that she pushed her, and she didn't have enough time to recoil herself to protect herself, in my opinion. But I know everyone got their different opinions on that. We don't know her heart, so I get that part. But what I saw, she extended instead of just kind of riding her pause, like kind of riding her momentum. She pushed, and I think that was the difference. But like I said, she stood there. People loved it. People are getting her respect for it. And finally, we might put to bed some of the other stuff. It's finally, hey, other people be watching, not necessarily Jade. It's others. It's everything that King was just saying. It's other people as well. So don't put it all on Jade. So she exercised a lot of demons by taking this shot. And I hope that Triple H and others realize what's going on here and finally give her the belt after Crown Jewel. We understand Crown Jewel. You want to promote certain people at Crown Jewel. Cool, get that. After Crown Jewel, let's see what's happening to the new year, to the turn of the new year. 2026 should be the year of Jade. Period. I think she earned it. She already earned it, but she stamped it today. So the other day. So that's that. And of course, I'm sorry to be so long-winded with that one. The No Mercy event, that was cool. I saw most of that. I like the individual matches. Everything was cool. But let's get to the championship. Let's get to the women's championship. I thought Lola was going to get that victory, but clearly they got some more angles. I don't like the women's champion that they have there. I don't think she's main roster worthy. I think she's just a regular person. And we'll see what that does, but that doesn't.
I didn't know who she was. Remember the other day when she was on? She was like on AAA and all that. And we were like, she the NXT champion. I don't know who that is. Though she had both belts and all. So you're right. I'm with you.
She gets belts. I don't know why, but it's nothing about her. You be like, yo, I need to see her promoted. Nah, she's probably gonna be here for a little bit longer. Lola clearly has an angle that she's different than other wrestlers, so I can see her getting promoted. But
where they gonna put
the main fight?
Where they gonna put Lola at, B.A? I don't know. Where's she been wrestling?
Which brand?
Where's she been wrestling?
Where has she been
outside of NXT? Where's she been wrestling? What show she been on?
You think she gonna put it over on TNA?
Nah, she been on AAA.
What? She has been on AAA. You know, she got that Spanish part to her. You know, I can see her doing her Dominic Mysterio a little bit.
Ain't the
but
same
like
level,
she's
though.
Different. So that's cool with me. Long as she gets some extra love, just as long as JC Jane ain't getting no love, she is who she is. And you know, everybody want to talk about Ricky Saints. I was telling everybody, it's just they see something in him. They brought him over from AEW for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. I don't see it, but they see it, and that's unfortunately all that matters, I guess, right now. And we're going to see what he does with his title reign. It's just, to me, it's a curse holder. It's a placeholder until Javon takes it. That's where we're going with it. I can see Javon kicking Ricky Saints' ass with no problem. It's not a shock for me. So
I don't think Javon will get it, but that's a different.
I mean, we talking about probably within the next year or so. So
I'm thinking though. I don't want to go past Devin. I'm thinking he's going to skip it though. I'm thinking Javon going to skip the NXT championship.
The championship.
Yeah. By the way it's looking right now and everything going, he already TNA and already fighting for all them. I think he's going to skip it. I think he might be a guy that don't win the championship and still go to the upper roster or whatever.
Okay. I see a triple threat or something. Just I see him getting the belt some kind of way, and then
I hope
he
so.
loses it, he loses it. But yeah, you know, it's Ricky's turn because Oba needs to get promoted and Trick needs to get promoted. It's just, it is what it is. They I mean, he had the belt for 262 days. That's a long time to be the champion. So he had this run. And we're gonna see what they do on the main roster. Hopefully, you know, everything goes smoothly. That's not up to us, unfortunately. So yeah, that's it. So overall, this whole entire week, like I said, I think I sound optimistic. So I'm gonna go with the B. I like Raw. SmackDown was cool. The No Mercy and everything. Like I was entertained the entire week from a WWE product. So
like it.
It's a rarity.
Positivity on the channel. Look at that. All right, Devin, let's get to you, bro. What are your highs and lows of this week WWE programming? Go ahead, Travis. Go ahead. Add something before I get to Devin.
Okay. So you said so. How come Asuka can retire as a women's champion on NXT without losing having a championship, but Oba can't? Like I understand he took a loss, but he couldn't have the championship on the way out with it.
Because they see something in Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints needed that, just like Cody needed to beat Brock, just like Seth needs to beat Brock, and so on and so forth. This is their version of that type of a caliber wrestler. And
you think Ricky gonna be a heavyweight champion? You think Ricky gonna be a heavyweight champion? Okay.
I don't see it, but I mean,
yeah, I understand. NXT is different, but I'm talking about on the big brand.
I didn't see him being a NXT champion, but here we are. Like it is what it is. This
he done did this all under a year, right?
Yeah, he just came back not so long ago.
Yeah, so, this is a matter of months.
This is less than a year. Like he was brought back to be a champion. Months. I don't know why, but he was brought back to be a champion. And like I said, I don't know the next roster. I think he's gonna be in NXT for a while. I think he's gonna have like a nice 4 to 5 year run, similar to Trick. But this is where he's at right now. And it's Ricky's show.
Before I get to Devon, I think so. It is Ricky's show. I'm very interested in seeing if NXT keep the momentum it has going on right now, because the 3 pillars of NXT right now are the 3 black dudes. Shout out to them. Trick, Oba, and Javon. They're the 3 pillars of NXT right now. The guys are basically holding the show down there and running the show. And what if 2 of them are going away and Javon's going to be there by himself, and sooner or later he may be leaving too? Ricky Saints, are you going to be able to hold it down with Ethan Page and all them? Like, I don't know if that's going to be as entertaining. So we'll see though.
Well, Devin, just to piggyback off that pause.
Yep.
I know it's Devin's turn. I'm so be quick. If we don't know who else is in the pipeline with their NIL deal when they're working with the colleges and Evolve and LFG or whatever. There's other wrestlers that's going to eventually appear within the next year or so. So we'll see. But
we'll see.
It's Ricky.
But right now it's about to be Ricky. Ricky about to run the Invasion storyline. Because I think we're going to get to Invasion and all that stuff, but he about to run this because it's going to be a certain match that's going to happen that I think is going to be the closeout match for 2 guys. But we'll get to that later on.
And shout out to Joe Hendry. He going to be making his name a little bit for the next year before he get called up.
Do you think they're going to – so you think they're going to – yeah, you're right. So Joe Hendry may be the next NXT guy over there because I think he about to be an NXT guy. I think that's going to be his regular thing now, just being mainly NXT. But Devin, what were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what was your letter grade?
Actually, I got a question for y'all before I go into that. With this Invasion event coming up, do y'all feel that any opportunities might come up where they may have a double cross? So you got some people that are in NXT right now that were in TNA originally. Do you think there's a chance of any type of heel turn or even a face turn, depending on who it is, if somebody jumps ship, whether it's towards TNA or towards WWE? Because we also have I don't want to say his ring name, but Zack Ryder. I know
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Chelsea Green.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Chelsea Green. He's over there.
Y'all think they would bring him back though? That's the thing that scares me. Not scared me, but not when you ask me that question. I'm like, do you think Zack Ryder's coming back to WWE?
I would hope that if he does, he does not.
I think he wants to.
He wants to. He definitely.
I mean, obviously he wants to, but do you think they're going to bring these guys like Zack Ryder? It's a couple other wrestlers over there. Nick Namath. Do you think Triple H wants them back?
I think they stay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they switch because I think they stay TNA guys because Triple H don't want them to be a WWE.
Kill the TNA product.
Yeah, it maybe an NXT person would fake and do the TNA storyline, but I don't see a TNA person. Triple H just I don't know. Maybe Sean. I just don't feel like the way. At the end of the day, TNA should be above NXT, right? NXT is portrayed as above TNA. You feel what I'm saying? Or equal. Above or equal. You feel what I'm saying? And it should not be that way, but it is. So that's why I don't know.
Yeah, because one of the points that I wanted to make about that is I think that this NXT and TNA cross-promotional thing, first off, it's what I wanted back in the 90s with WWF and WCW. And when NWO showed up, I thought that's what we were getting. Or I guess to say when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash showed up, I thought we were getting a cross promotional war. Of course, that was just Eric Bischoff playing off of them still being freshly in WWF at the time. But I just wonder if somebody ever decides to pull the trigger on that, and even somebody like Matt Cardona appearing on NXT, but technically still on the TNA payroll. But just like you say, Lola Vice has been on AAA. Having that person make more appearances on a particular show, and I don't know, maybe just double crossing the original team during the invasion. It's just an idea that popped up in my head, just because again, because of that cross promotional war, or so to speak. I don't really think there's been no opportunities really, other than that failed WCW invasion attempt. But to do something like this, so I just wonder where their minds are with that story. And just to kind of go into, I don't really even have an opinion about the whole week. I'm kind of giving a C rating, but my MVPs of the week is what I wanted to talk about, and that's Jade Cargill and Javon Evans. Javon Evans, I said this on probably the last few shows. That man is crazy, and I love it. I just love watching his matches. I hadn't watched a full match with him before, 2 weeks ago. But I would see clips, and I would see him maybe. I think he was in. I don't know if it was a battle royal or what. There was something where he had like a quick presence in it, but it wasn't like a full match with him being like a primary focus. But
was he the Rumble? Was he in the Rumble?
I feel like it was something like the Rumble. I don't remember.
Earlier, this wasn't his first time. What was he there earlier for? He'd been there for a few things. I feel like on SmackDown, wasn't he?
I don't remember, but yeah, I've seen him there before, and I've only caught glimpses of him. But then I started watching more NXT and saw him, and he to me is Kofi Kingston 3.0. He's younger. He's as athletic as and also I don't know, daring as what I would see Kofi, at least younger Kofi. With a lot of the stuff that he does, he's just talented, and man, he gives us a lot of energy, just as far as him performing his moves and everything like that. Just the bouncing and everything, his selling, yeah, all of that. He's just giving off a lot of energy. So he's 21, so he's definitely got he's got age on his side right now. And I just see him doing well, but I don't really necessarily see him being like world heavyweight champion, but at least U.S. champion, Intercontinental champions, the second tier, and maybe in tag team as well down the road. But I still see him having a bright future. At least I hope, as long as they treat him right and they don't just drop the ball if they decide to move him up to the main roster. The fact that they had him fighting Sami Zayn on SmackDown in a sort of main roster kind of deal, at least makes me think that they have some sort of confidence in him to give him that opportunity. They gave him a one-on-one title shot. So, and he showed out. Like, that match was great.
They were saying, the fans were cheering, refs, you suck. Refs, you suck when he didn't win, and say, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
yeah, they did. The fans definitely did.
Yeah. And then speaking of, the whole ref situation, going over to Jade Cargill, of course, we know that botch situation, well, the botch is, because there were several. And it's kind of sad. And I've been kind of looking around the internet, watching a few podcasts, things like that. And I heard some suggestions about them reinforcing the rule they had before, where if the ref is counting and the person doesn't kick out, hit that 3.
Count 3.
Yep. That's on the person who didn't kick out. And you just deal with it at the end. Because the fact that Aja paused the way she did, and the fact that she stopped and there was clearly no kick out, that just ruins the whole integrity of her ability to be a ref. The only thing I can see out of that is if they ever decide to go a route and do a Nick Patrick line as story and make her a heel ref, and make it out like she's, in Tiffany's pocket or something like that. Not Tiffany's pocket, Nia or Jade or whatever.
I think you're 100% correct. I didn't say that, so I apologize for not. Dev, I think you're 100% spot on. I think that's the only way to curve this and make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You think? Go ahead. What you think?
Yeah, I gotta say, go ahead, Devin. Finish your thing. I got a lot to say about this.
You can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dev.
Okay.
I'm with you, Dev. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they can do something with this. It's just a matter of will they? That's my question. But then Jade, I'm giving shout out to Jade for everything, because first off, just like you said, she could have walked away when that injury happened, and she decided to continue in the match. And not only did she continue in the match, she showboated and yelled at the camera, boasting, about the fact that she's still in it, she's still fighting and everything. So shout out to her for that. And I mentioned this to y'all yesterday in the chat and everything. The last time we saw, it wasn't actually the exact last time, but the first time we saw Nia Jax injure somebody who started bleeding all over the place in the ring,
they became the man.
What happened after that? That skyrocketed Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch became that. Becky Lynch would not have become the man had Nia Jax not broken her nose in that match.
Facts.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 wouldn't have existed had the situation happened with Triple H and all other stuff going on, like y'all mentioned earlier. So the fact that this happened,
it's moments.
Yeah, the moments, as long as they take proper advantage of it. And I have hopes. I don't know, because Paul, he's been messing up a lot. He had some wins in the past, but he's messing up a lot lately. He can run with this and give Jade I'll say right now, the Jey Uso push, the push that they gave Jay when they had him win the Rumble, and they had him going on to Mania. But along the way, they were still feeling him out to see if they felt that he could do it, or hold on to it, or deal with whatever that lifestyle brought with it. And I'm hoping that they give Jade that opportunity and let her show off, let her be herself. Because as much as people talk about botching and everything from her, I haven't really seen her do too bad compared to the stuff that I've seen Tiffany do and the stuff that Nia Jax is definitely doing. Nia Jax is still wrestling in these matches for titles, and she has at least a 7-year history of injuring people during the match, of being unsafe. Now, whatever happened during that bump or that spot, who knows? Some people say Nia pushed her too hard. She was too close to the steps when she threw her, and she shouldn't have done it. Some people blame Jade for it. Whatever the case is, there's a history and there's a pattern with Nia Jax. So I do think that I think that she needs work on her decision making with certain spots. Because I do think that was a decision-making error on her part, in my opinion. I will say that I do think that Jade should have started at NXT when she came, instead of being shot straight to the main roster, to at least give her a chance to find her spot in the WWE world. Because I know AEW had whatever they had with her, but I don't think that AEW would have been. I don't think it was the better place to teach her the craft. Of just the style of wrestling, whatever. And I just think that NXT would have done better for her, would have done her better for her character, and just practicing along the way. So she's got thrown into deep waters right at the beginning, and unfortunately, people are noticing it. Well, they have noticed it, and she gets a bad rap for it. But in this particular case, I'm putting more on Nia. And hopefully Asia, she still keeps her job, but I do think that they need to reinforce that mentality in the referees to just continue with the count and deal on the back end. R-Truth said in an interview when he beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title, that he was technically supposed to win that match, but not not during the pin that he pinned Shinsuke on. There was supposed to be about 2 or 3 more spots in the match before he won, but Shinsuke didn't kick out. So he the 3 count got counted. It is what it is. He didn't kick out. That's on you, buddy. So yeah. But overall, I'm just gonna say a C. And it's for those reasons between Jade and between Javon. I do wish Jade the best. I hope that she heals soon. It has definitely a nasty cut. I can see her thoughts, and it's just we just see where Paul decides to take it from here.
All right, so we have 2 D's, pause, B and a C, correct? No pluses or minus so far. We got this straight.
And shout out to Gamora Ripley.
I'm gonna go with a C plus. I'm gonna give it a C plus. Raw. I'm trying to get my highlights. Raw. I feel like the best part of Raw was Rusev and JD McDonough. Actually, I thought they actually put on a good match, and it had some storyline to the Intercontinental Championship, like B.A said. They put Rusev, got him involved after having the Sheamus battle. But I actually think the opposite of what B.A thought, though. I don't think Rusev should win it. I think this should be the way that you actually build up Dom by having him having the 2 championships and finding ways to beat Rusev and all that stuff. If Rusev is there to just put over people. So this should be times where you find ways to put him behind and actually push up to him. So that's what I would do with Dom on that one. What else was there? Anything else on Raw that I really cared about? I don't think so. That last match and all. I see my thing with the matches and all, BA is the Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors versus Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Who does it build? What's going to be the outcome of this? Who is it going to elevate? Is it going to elevate Kairi Sane? No. And probably Asuka and them going to lose. So it's going to make Asuka look more like a jobber probably after she had momentum from returning. So it's not, that's what I don't think the rivalry is like. It doesn't make sense to me. It looks like it's a love triangle. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but it's like throwing them just in something because you have nothing to give to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. That's basically what it is.
Do you think that they would turn Kairi against Asuka?
No, because they already did the turn on them. It won't be a double, like a turn or a double turn. I think that's done. But that's what that storyline. There was some other storyline as well. Oh, Jey Uso and LA Knight. Who does this build?
No winner.
So you saying nobody should win the story? Like Jey already won one.
No. Whatever this feud is, the winner should be right smack back dab into the championship picture. Okay. So if you realize that's Jay's whole thing is he's never forgetting. I'm here for the championship. LA Knight is now in my way of being a champion. So it's just
Jay got to do a lot to get the championship back. Like Jay would have to do a lot to get that belt back, to go back to the level where we like it's just me, Oos, and dealing with that. Or Triple H better have a plan for him as far as building him and making him look stronger with the moveset and all that stuff as far as situational. But we'll see. Because LA Knight, I don't think it's going to build anything from him. It's all about the Usos. So he's a stepping stone for this one, I feel like. Moving forward, NXT. I actually like, what was it? I just like the whole invasion line in general. I think it's cool. I know the main guy's about to leave. I hate that they're about to leave when this invasion is going on, but I do think it's an awesome storyline. The Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe thing is funny. They're having a little battle back and forth and all that, and they had a battle with the PLE and all. They have chemistry with each other. Match. That's what I was. It was history and all that, so that's cool with them. What was it after that? After that, I didn't see any. Like I said, TNA, SmackDown. Javon Evans is that dude. 3 things that scare me about Javon Evans, though. One, his mic. He gotta get his mic skills together. He's young, though. He has time. Get your mic. That decides how high you're going to go to me. Like as far as his mic skills decides how high he's going to go. He's not going to be a heavyweight champion with the mic skills he has right now. If he doesn't develop his mic skills, he'll never be heavyweight champion, in my opinion. BA. That's just how I feel. Secondly,
he can't get world.
guys like Jey Uso, that's not a normal thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I feel you saying like Jey Uso getting it. Jey Uso was a rare
I'm
thing
not
of
talking
him
about
getting it.
Jey.
You feel what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, I'm talking about the red. Go ahead.
Who else is over there that can't talk? You know, the people that usually have it now is Seth and then Gunther, right?
Right. I'm going back. If he builds up enough, I guess, momentum. I'm not talking about like the JR. He reminds me of Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was a champion until Jeff Hardy started to do other stuff. So if Jeff can do it and he can't talk at all,
that's true. That is true. But
there's a lane for him to do it.
I told you that as well, though. The thing is that when it's already more difficult for a white guy to do that, when it's already like a harder thing, when you rarely see a white guy do it.
Look, when you're right, you're right.
10 times. You feel me? It's even 10 times harder.
I can't say that you're lying.
For a black guy to do it. So that's why I'm saying he could. Shawn Michaels loves him. Shawn Michaels loves him, right? So we know that. But the three things to guarantee him to be a main event guy is three things I think he needs to work on, and he has time. And I think he will at least hit two of these. One, he has to get bigger. He's 21, 20, just turned 21. He's going to get bigger over time. Two, I don't know if the moveset he has will last forever as well, because I told you he takes bumps and all that. Been taking bumps since 13. It's going to hurt, and he's going to wake up like, bro, I'm going to change my style up. And three is the promos thing. He gotta get better, and I think he can get better at all three of them. Like I think Javon Evans is at least a star in the business. Like I don't think it will. I hope he doesn't become the overseller though. You know, when you sell a bunch and you can't do anything, they love to put you as you to elevate guys. Where I got big guys choke slamming you and making you bounce and all that shit. You feel me? Like I don't want him to be there, so I'm hoping he's not there. But Javon is a high for me. Jade, like y'all say, a couple things about Jade. That was all Nia Jax. And I'm not saying it was Nia Jax as far as I don't think Nia Jax is being malicious, even with the push. I think Nia Jax was doing Nia when Jade was deadlifting. Nia thought Jade was struggling and she was going to have a problem with lifting me up and it was going to embarrass her, like show that she wasn't strong. So I think Nia threw an audible real quick, which she always does. She did it before with a chair shot with Naomi and all that stuff. It's like her audibles are off. She threw an audible. She threw the elbows, which Jade knew, okay, she's elbowing me. Let me get her off of me. And then she just pushed her without her knowing into the stairs, which if Jade not ready to protect herself, it's like, whoa. And Nia thought she wanted to knock the stairs off so that she could stand on top of the one stair and make it an easier lift for Jade to be able to lift her and do the move that she just did or whatever like that. But Nia messed it up by doing too much is what I feel. Then the inside part was the whole botch and all, but I love that Jade continued. I think with this happened with Jade not taking a pinfall and all, you keep Tiffany strong. She has not lost. You let her beat Stephanie back here at the PLE or whatever it is, get that ring since she hasn't lost. She's undefeated or whatever. You then have Tara, like I did not lose. I'm tired of dealing with this stuff. Now you really should have that same PLE where Stephanie and what's her name? Stephanie and Tiffany. You should really put Jade and Nia in there now and have them have a match now where then you go from Nia from taking care of her to then, okay, I got you. I'm building back up to Tiffany. I'm going to see you, Tiffany, and everybody waiting for Jade to go at Tiffany in her crowning moment, wherever you decide to do that. They have to build and go with that. I don't know if Paul will do it. I agree with you that she probably should have been in NXT from the beginning. I don't know why she wasn't in NXT. Ricky Saints and all these people we just talk about went to NXT. She could have went to NXT, ran it, came back up and been where she's supposed to be. But we'll see where Paul goes from there. But that's SmackDown. Oh, I did like the Jacob Fatu came back with the Drew McIntyre thing too. I'm not a big Jacob Fatu guy, but I do think that's a good rivalry for him. I don't know how it's going to deal with Drew McIntyre though. He may just be about to get destroyed by Jacob to go film a movie for Highlander or whatever. So Drew went from having an awesome last year to this like that. So I guess Drew just
man, that sucks, man. Like
too, because he did the Randy thing.
For people that look like that, but goddamn, that sucks for Drew, bro. Like,
bro, Drew is like Drew has the look. Drew has the mic ability right now. Like Drew should be one of your pillars right now, and he not. He just one of the guys you throw in there to say, hey, you know, these might have talked against you and all that stuff. Throw Drew in there. He could be in one of the main events and all that stuff. Like, he's been wrestling. Remember, he wrestled for what? The U.S. belt. He was wrestling Jacob Fire 2 in the Fatal 4-Way. They dropped him down to that when he was in one of those matches and all that. Like, they don't have a spot for Drew McIntyre, so he has no clue what he's doing with that. Friday night, Victory Road, Kalani won. I saw Trick attack Mike Santana. I think Trick's about to lose the belt, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And then what else happened? Ricky Saints. I don't get that part. Yeah, I know you said, shout out to the brother being a brother and all, getting it all, but oh my, for 200 something days, and this dude that's probably less than 6 to 200 pounds beat this guy cleanly. I feel you with the whole is NXT and all that, and I get it. You're right. NXT don't matter. Carmelo beat Braun and all that stuff. But, bro, that's taking away oral points because now I'm thinking about that next match that they're supposed to have. Does Oba lose again? Do we have back-to-back L's by Oba, or is Trick about to get back-to-back L's? Like, somebody about to get back-to-back L's, and they put themselves in a corner as far as possibly getting back-to-back L's. So we'll see what that going on. I wasn't big on that, but the overall week, like I said, I'm gonna give it a C plus. Sorry, C plus. I'm gonna give it a C plus. But Travis, what were our highs and lows brought to us by?
By the people of
I think he said Fanatics.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
All right, y'all, let's get to the tea. All right, just so it was announced, I think it was yesterday, right? During the PLE for No Mercy, that we will have a not a PLE, just to be NXT special on Tuesday, October 7th, which will be NXT, I guess, / TNA Invasion. I want to get you guys' opinion on that. And also, while we're at it, before we move on, this was announced as well. At TNA's Bound for Glory, so they're WrestleMania. Shout out to the new champion, Kalani Jordan. She's going to be going one-on-one against Indy Hartwell, defending her TNA's Knockout World Championship already. And also at that same event, we're going to have our guy that we just talked about here. If I can get to his picture. I got Javon Evans challenging for the X Division Championship against Leon Slater. That should be an incredible match, actually. I'm very excited to see that, hopefully. But, yeah, let me get you guys' opinion on it. Just everybody, just talk freely. What do you guys feel about the Invasion special, and then also the guys from NXT going to Bound for Glory, defending championships and actually competing for them?
I just want to say real quick, I'm not going to take it completely serious unless I see Shane McMahon walk out saying he bought TNA. That's all I want to say.
Good. Travis, you want to say something? So you muted yourself.
Nah, I mean, I'm just wanting to see who's going to change, really. Like, I'm just waiting to see who's going to be a part of the men's and women's teams.
As far as
I'm looking forward to this match, though.
As far as the Invasion show, so also they said it's going to be a Survivor Series type match, right? Yeah. So it's going to be male Survivor Series type match, right? Female Survivor Series type match, and then they also announced it will be one-on-one, no interference. I'm thinking it's going to be for the last time ever in NXT. Oba Femi versus Trick Williams. So that's I think that's going to be the main event of the night. And to me, I was saying earlier, I think this is their send-off match together. Like, this may be a special event where they're going to, at the end of it, everybody hold their hands up and all, and it's time to go do what we do. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that's what it is, which means they won't be a part of this Invasion storyline, really. Like I said, it'll be I guess, led by Ricky Saints. We'll see. And maybe somebody else, Javon and other people like that. But, yeah, I really think this is about to be tricking Oba's farewell. And I think, like I said, Oba just lost his title to Ricky, and I think at Bound for Glory that Mike Santana takes the title home for TNA. So who then wins that match, guys? Real quick before we go to the next topic.
They don't.
So they both knocked out or something like that because no interference. Ava made sure she said that it's, no one will be able to interfere. It's 1-on-1 to get a true victor.
Yeah, somebody will just knock out somebody and maybe pull. It won't be a fair. I think something's going to happen.
Because that's crazy to let one of them go up there. Like they, you know what I was thinking the other day? Why don't they do like a? Would y'all be against them doing like a Shield 2.0 type thing? Not with the Shield equipment and all that stuff, but the three pillars, the three black dudes of NXT coming up together and like trying to do something together.
So
if Javon was older, yes.
Okay, since Javon younger, you think no?
It's too much of an age gap for me. And we seen the Shield, we seen Wade's Bird and his NXT crew.
The Nexus. Nexus.
Well, we need you don't think we need it right now, BA? Not to be like against you, but you don't feel like we kind of need that kind of spark right now in WWE, like somebody that's dominant out of nowhere that's just take the reins and say, bro.
The thing
is, the Shield was perfect. Like they would be I would say the Shield. Like I would say something along those lines, but they can't get close to that because it's going to say y'all not the Shield, y'all not Roman, y'all not Seth, y'all not Ambrose, and that's the problem. Like you don't want to. They all great, especially
don't make it be the Shield. I don't want it to be the Shield, obviously.
But that's what I'm
you
saying.
feel
Anything close to that is too close to the Shield. That's
understood.
It sucks.
And you don't want to bury somebody by saying you're a copycat or a ripoff.
Yes, right off top. Now I never seen a 2-man.
He shot down the
because they wanted to beef with each other. But that would be, I mean, if Oba and Trick did come up together and did a 2-man,
that's what I'm saying. I never seen a 2-man crew, so that could be their angle. Pause. It's just them two. And
if they came up together though and went over to like Raw, they would feed them to the Bronze. They would feed them.
Exactly. Yep.
That would have happened if they bring them up together and put them on Raw. They would feed them to the Bronze. Tell me I'm lying. To the Bronze.
No, you're absolutely right. But see, it doesn't have to be the Shield. I mean, it will be a stable, but I mean, like you said, we got the Nexus, we got the Shield, we got the Wyatt.
They got to be creative. They have to be creative and build a new stable that people care about.
You got the Wyatt family. Those are three distinct groups that came from NXT,
and they have everything. They have everything between the three. They have the guy that's the mouthpiece. Pause. You got the powerhouse guy. And you got the guy that does all the flashy technical moves and all that stuff. Yeah, like they have a stable right there. But Triple H, I do not trust Paul Levesque to have them come up and run the company. I do not think he'll do that.
Yeah, and they can.
I mean, when you say, Lord Jesus, this sucks, bro. You see Trick, just like we had that conversation about Trick. Trick is not your normal NXT guy at this point. He's above that. Like he's him, right? And then you got Oba, which I don't care where Oba is. He is menacing, right? Like
he should be him. He's an easy him. He's an easy.
Yes, right?
He's a big guy, bro. Let him dominate.
Right. And then you got your high flyer. It totally makes too much sense, and that's why it won't happen. It makes too much sense.
You're right, babe. I see you over there, Queen. We ain't get to you in a second. You muted. You want to say anything about this? If she's still there, I don't know if she's frozen.
Not really. I mean, I haven't really caught enough. I know Javon is a high flyer and stuff, and he makes a lot of dangerous moves. So, I wish him luck in everything he's doing. But that promo looks real black. That was cool. He got a do-rag on and he got his locks out. So that's cool.
Yeah, it is real. I mean, shout out to the other brands other than WWE, the main roster. They're very black right now. I mean, very black outside of WWE, man.
They understand talent. It's just
everywhere. They're just using the talent.
We see talent. I don't see color, and we clearly we picked that apart. But it really feels like everybody else clearly says that and actually goes with that versus Triple H, where he'll give you some boom, there you go. You got a sprinkle, and then he'll take it away because you really can't name a black champion right now in WWE. Who is it?
There you go. I mean, you can't name a black guy to consistently be on the PLE. Oh, okay. That's why I told you, bro. The way they talk about the way Shawn Michaels, the way Undertaker, the way Booker T, they all push for Trick Williams to be that dude, right? I've sent y'all all that stuff. They said after his big highlight and coming out and helping Carmelo a year ago, that was a year ago when he just won the NXT championship, and he did that more since that. He had the superstar ever that never been on the brand yet. All that has happened. They put that behind him. If Triple H, bro, like B.A. completely, Trick Williams is too big to fail. He'll be the guy to go to AEW that'll make the statement and help them compete against the WWE. If they don't put Trick Williams over and Triple H does not make him a world, screw that. I'm sorry, cussing on here. Trick Williams need to be a WWF champion. He need to be a WWE champion. I'm being dead serious to y'all. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Trick Williams, at some point, Triple H need to be. I'm hoping that he's not there right now because it's a building process. We're going to build him up and get him till we have a right storyline. We're going to throw him in there, and then it's going to happen. Trick Williams should, if Trick Williams is on the main roster, he does not become championship level. Something is failed. Something is wrong, and he needs to leave the company and go to a different organization and do the whole Cody Rhodes and all that nonsense and all that again to somewhere else and all that, because there's no way Trick Williams should be sitting there. But I don't think that Trick Williams is going to be. They're going to be able to do that to Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams is too big of an entity where even if you try to bury him, he's going to come out of it. Pause. But lastly, y'all, I want to talk about this real quick. Get everybody's opinion. Just a little personality. Just a little, I guess, something about our personalities we can talk about each individually. And that's our Mount Rushmore of favorite WWE superstars. This could be anybody that's been in WWF, or WWE. I'll go around the room. And this is not the best wrestlers. This is not the greatest wrestlers of all time. This is each one of our Mount Rushmore favorite wrestlers. I'll start with you, Travis. Who's your Mount Rushmore favorite wrestlers before we get to questions?
Favorite wrestlers. Okay.
LA Knight.
No particular order. See, there you go. Why you got to talk? I ain't interrupt you now one bit.
I gave you the screen. That's all you.
Okay.
I gave you the spotlight.
First of all, Omaha, number one. Okay. Number two, I'm gonna go with Ken Shamrock as my Mount Rushmore. Okay. Now,
tell my mother to get away from
say the Miz. Get away from the screen.
Talking about coffee and weed.
I want the evil Miz, like the heel Miz, that version of the Miz. He's in my Mount Rushmore. And also Brandy
Ahmed Johnson
as a heel to Austin in my Mount Rushmore.
Ahmed Johnson. I knew it.
There you go.
I knew it. Ahmed Johnson. Why you trying to lie, yo? All right, Devin, the stage is yours, bro. The stage is yours. Who are you? Who's your Mount Rushmore favorite wrestlers?
I'm picking Undertaker, obviously, for number one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Brock Lesnar, number two. 97 to 2002 Kane.
Okay.
09 Randy Orton. And I'm going to go the route with Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
And I think for him, because I know the other ones were kind of powerhouses, but he was an enjoyable storyteller, in my opinion, for what he did. So yeah, so he's up there.
All right. So you said
Taker.
Go through your lineup again. Taker.
So Taker, Brock Lesnar,
Randy Orton, and what's the name?
09 Randy Orton, 97 to 2002 Kane,
and Eddie Guerrero.
You
got 5 people? You did 5?
Oh yeah. Wait.
And Rey Mysterio.
He did 5. Yep, and Rey Mysterio. You right. He done threw in an extra person and all. But all right, we're gonna go to you, Queen, babe. You still there? Who are your top 4 as far as Mount Rushmore? Your all-time favorite wrestlers?
I had to think about it because I hate a lot of people now. Randy Orton for sure. and this is just terms of people we like, right? So Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, Booker T, and that's tricky. I'll say The Rock because I'll use Childhood Me. So Childhood Me would have put The Rock on there, so I'll put The Rock on there.
All right, BA, your turn, bro. Who your top 4?
All right, I had to think about this for a second. I love it though. Let's go with that. Pause. Bret Hart, obviously. Any version. I like Devon giving years and stuff like that because that matters. Any version of Bret. Any version of Austin. Those would definitely be 2. The Renaissance, not the Renaissance, the Roman's era from head of the table to OTC. There we go. Head of the table, OTC Roman. When he was just talking to the camera and just being himself, that was spectacular. Roman for me, and so that's 3. But these are like extreme heavy hitters, and I didn't want to necessarily have a top 4 of all heavy hitters. So I think the 4th one is a special one, and that's Farouk, man. When he was head of Nation of Domination, and he was like, I'm a kid, right? Like I'm 12, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying some stuff on talking to Vince and all that. I'm like, yo, can you say that? Like, is he like he was one of the first ones to maybe like really embrace what it is to be black at a young age. Like, it wasn't too much of that on TV like that. So for him to do that on wrestling, I was like, yo, this is crazy. So for him, and then to him to stay relevant through the Acolyte era when he was with JBL and stuff like that, I gotta show some love to Ron Simmons for that one. So there's my 4.
I gotta say, if I can, real quick. I'm sorry, Ron Simmons. I agree with you. I used to be legit afraid of him when he came in there. He was Farouk because Ahmed Johnson was, I guess, on the come up, and he was supposed, this powerhouse or whatever. And Farouk just came in there and beat him like nothing. That I guess they call it the Dominator now, but I forgot what they called it back then. But whatever his signature move was from Farouk Assad, that man, he had me.
The Dominator. It was Dominator.
It was Dominator. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So here's my 4. My 4 when I was younger would have been different, but I'm gonna go for shock value right now, and I'm gonna go with me being older in my life and all that stuff and what I appreciate in wrestling. So my 4: Ron Simmons, Booker T, The Rock, and Trick Williams. My 4 favorite wrestlers of all time already. And hell no. And I'm already waiting. Like I say, I'm on the Trick Williams like bandwagon heavy. I appreciate y'all put me on the NXT and all that. I knew about him before. I saw the little features and on the games and all that type of stuff. I didn't see he was going to shout to Oba and all that. I love them as well. Javon, Kalani. Like I said, we said so Ruka, Jada, Lash Legend, like watching Lash and Trick get the kiss on the stage and all that stuff. That's awesome. Like, not even to say it's a kiss, but just, black relationship on the stage. Like, that's awesome to me. So you don't get to see that normally. So other than like Booker T and Sharmell, which did it for a second, but they my guys, man, right now. Like I'm heavy on the Trick bandwagon. I'm hoping Trick can be the biggest of them all now, the next guy. So I'm hoping he can be the face that we need right now because we need something. So they my 4 right now. So that's what I'm going with. But BA, bro, what was the T brought to us by?
The good people over at Playback.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
All right, y'all. Let's see if we got any questions and comments before we end the show.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Hey, shout out to True Classics and DDP. We don't really have any questions today. We got a couple comments. First, Queen says, say his name and he appearance. I believe in Joey. I'm playing, baby. I'm sorry. She said she corrected it and said appears instead of appearance. Elroy said, I feel bad for Jade Cargill. Not too much now. We'll get to it. I'm gonna get to the other question.
Good, man. Feel good.
He said Ricky Saints, NXT Ricky Saints. Yeah, man. He said NXT Invasion, Carmelo Hayes. You think they bring Carmelo Hayes back down for that? I mean, they do bring wrestlers back now sometimes.
They brought Rhea, and
I don't want them to, but damn, I mean, Carmelo in the storyline, right? Like,
no, he. Okay, so the tag match, right? That he added to that storyline with him in the mid. So they're either going to fight like next week or something along those lines. Like he clearly didn't say that tag, so I don't have him going back.
What? Also, why I'm thinking about that? Why do Street Profits go over just to lose? Like, I guess is to break them up and all, but damn, they had to be the number one contenders then just to get fed to the YA6 again at another PLE or something.
Mm-hmm. Why are they back together?
And then I'm like, was the storyline done knowing Triple H? It might just be we forgot about it, we moving on, and we're not gonna do that no more. So I don't even know. You're right. He said thought on Jade Cargill bleeding. We said it earlier, Elroy, go back early in the show if you could, but mainly we just all basically said we think it might be a positive thing at the end of the day. It may show character kind of like a Becky Lynch kind of thing as far as her doing that, and it may actually build her if Paul handles circumstances correctly. He said Ricky Saints again. He said Jade Cargill, WWE Woman. Yeah, and that'd be awesome to see Jade get she's fighting Tiffany for the WWE one. I love that too. So if she wins, it'll be Jade coming out there posing with the WWE Championship on that, which would be awesome. But yeah, it's another episode for us, y'all. We appreciate everybody that rock with I guess your people tonight. I can't say your boys because we have a lady here. But if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button next to BA's left shoulder. Also, hit that like button while you're at it and the notification bell so you're always notified when we drop that fire for y'all, usually on Sundays around 3 p.m., sometimes later on in the evening and all that. I definitely forgot to let, what's his name, Devon, talk about Discord, but I'll let you talk about that a little later, Devon. Also, follow us if you haven't already on our other channel. We talk combat clips where we have condensed versions of the show and shorts and reels as well. Follow us over there. We're trying to get our subscriber count the same over here. And we do appreciate everybody over there. I do see we're getting subscribers over there. Our count is going up for our clips, which I appreciate. Our count is actually going up for this channel as well, which we appreciate as well. Thank everybody. Also, while you're at it, follow B.A, Rel, Big J, and Will over at Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things. What's that in the sport? And what is it? Somebody over there rapping. Yeah, I want to say, but I kept hearing somebody like boom hitting a beatbox or something like that. Is that you?
I was saying whoop that trick on the low. I apologize.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what am I here? But they talk about all things geek culture and movies and television. I'm like, damn, I can't think of what the next part is. What is going on? Am I hearing something behind me? But
that's my fault. I apologize.
You good. But follow them over there. They have shows every Tuesday and Saturday. Saturday mornings, Tuesday evening. Follow my guy BA as well and get off the damn fence with Larry and Calvin. They have shows about mainly sports with pop culture, wrestling, everything else on Wednesday evenings as well. Follow me and Rel on Cap and Crown. We talk about all things new and old school basketball. We have shows every Monday evening and Wednesday evening. We also have members only shows over there. If you're interested in becoming a member over there, do us a favor as well. Devon, you want to holler at the folks real quick about Discord?
Yeah, just want to say come join us there as well. We host watch parties every week for Monday Night Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. When the PLEs come around, we got those too. And help us build our community up. We're close to 200 right now. We'd love to have you join along, have some chats during the week, in between shows, about shows, any other news that's breaking. We can all talk about it there anytime we want. That's it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Devon, as always. Appreciate everybody that joined us today. And this is another episode of We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat, sports, and entertainment. The blackest combat show you know as well. We'll see y'all next week. Same combat time, same combat channel. We out. Peace.